You're listening to Fear in the Southwest podcast. This is Drew.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Lewis.
Cool, it saved it.
We would hope so.
About
It is a
damn time.
computer.
Yeah, the computers fail.
Ain't that the
Especially-
truth?
Especially when we've been on a hiatus for a while.
Yes, that is true. We have.
Welcome back.
Tis good to be back.
Are we excited to be back?
Yeah, oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Me too. I had a run on with that, but it just left the chat. It was just gone. Anyways, on that note, today's topic's gonna be a fun one. What are we talking about?
Haunted hotels in the United States.
Let's go. Sounds like a road trip.
It could be
Yeah, it could be one day.
if we ever had the money.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Traveling's expensive.
It is. But that's a discussion for another day.
Yep. So who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right.
This one isn't Arkansas or Arkansas, however you want to pronounce the state name.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
This is Arkansas. Not your Kansas. This is Arkansas.
I wonder if that's maybe how they got the name.
Maybe.
Possibly. But it's located in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And it's called the the 1886 Crescent Hotel and Spa.
Oh, they gotta just have the date that they was built in there too, didn't they?
Yeah. It's received hundreds of reports of paranormal experiences over the years. We're missing something. We need some spooky music.
Yeah, where's our
Yeah, it was very
Jeez.
quiet.
there's
It was so
our
quiet.
ambiance? We were forgetting the ambiance.
Yeah.
Mr. Board Operator over here forgot about the ambiance.
Rusty.
A little rusty. I forgot I had that on here.
But yeah, so before it was a hotel, it was a women's college, and then it was taken over by an infamous charlatan who claimed to have a cure for cancer. His name was Norman Baker.
Gotta love
Norman.
those snake. Oh Lord, have Baker.
Yeah, Norman Baker.
Who was it that wrote the movie Psycho? Again, because I'm getting a
Oh, you're
vibe.
thinking
So
of
Norman
Norman
Bates?
Bates is
Norman
based
Bates.
on
Yeah.
this guy.
But
That's since hotel.
right, well, that was a motel, Bates Motel.
True.
But luckily for the ghost hunting guest, the property fully embraces its status as one of America's most haunted hotels. They hold ghost tours nightly, taking visitors through the ominous sites such as the Crescent Hotel morgue, where guests have recounted seeing a dark figure and feeling cold spots. There are even reports of getting touched and poked. I'm sorry, but if I'm in a hotel and I'm getting touched and poked, I'm gonna run.
I got a better question. Why the hell does a hotel have a morgue?
It used to be a hospital.
Oh, that checks. That checks.
Serious ghost hunters can also check out the hotel's historic archives on the 4th floor before bedding down in Michael's room.
Myers.
It just says Michael's room, which is said to be the most haunted room in the hotel. For even more ghostly investigating, arrive in January for the Eureka Springs Paranormal Weekend, which is hosted by the hotel every year. And it includes overnight ghost hunts. Overnight. Special seminars and exclusive access to nearly all haunted spaces of the property.
Damn.
I don't know what the cost is for this, but if I'm getting poked by a ghost, I don't know how long I would actually stay in that hotel. What are your thoughts on that?
First poke and I'm gone.
Stephanie?
I'd stay. I'd poke back. Just kidding.
I'd stick around. Probably try talking to it.
Okay.
That's what it's poking people for.
When we went on our last ghost tour, I thought you were going to turn white.
It's because I was
Whiter.
cold.
Whiter than you are normally. Because
Don't have that button. Dang it.
you got scared in that hotel.
Yeah, didn't you go and get poked and you immediately left?
No, I just smelled the fragrance.
No, not that hotel. I mean,
The one.
that was that. Well, that wasn't. Well, no, that was a hotel.
No, my brother was the one that bailed out of the hotel.
No, I'm talking about the one that we were parked in front of.
The-
That.
The Copper Queen?
Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was my brother. He wouldn't even go in.
No, you got poked though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
well,
You
yeah,
got
we
poked
went-
and
We
you
were-
came
You
downstairs.
came up.
Yeah.
You came back down. Like,
I
yeah, we
got
were
poked.
gonna walk
We-
more, but
I got poked.
They went out to smoke, I think, and we went out to
Oh, that's
take
right. That's right. I
pictures.
got poked. It freaked me out,
And then
but
you
it was
got
also
poked.
kind of cool. Yes,
Phrasing.
That one got me a little bit, but
The lavender smell is what got me,
That
and I
was
was like,
the-
that was
I'm
the-
out.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
at the other hotel that had the recreated opium room.
I liked that one.
It was neat though.
pretty.
You walk through it
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, this is a nice hotel. You're going out there, and then you hear someone, I smell lavender. I didn't smell anything.
There it is.
That wasn't here a second ago. Okay, I'm out. Because I just walked through the hallway. I didn't smell nothing. Then Lewis was behind me. Hey, I smell lavender. What are you talking about? There was not. Okay, that smell was not here a second ago.
that's
Well.
the fun of the paranormal.
She's here. Time to go.
And then they had a Ouija board in the corner
Yeah,
of
they
that
did.
opium room.
Yep.
And I almost fell because of the floor.
Yeah, the floor is weird.
Or did a ghost jump out and trip me? One of the two.
Ooh.
Well, it did have that lowered area, an opium den area, that was not exactly 100% stable.
True, but it could have been a ghost that tripped me too.
That is true, because it looked like you did know. I'm fairly certain you saw the dip in the floor. It
Yeah, I
looked like
saw
you
the
were-
dip.
Yeah,
Who could miss the dip?
That's true. It was evident.
So, who is...
Oh yeah, that's right. You were the one that almost fell into it because you weren't paying attention.
What, that does not surprise me.
I'm prone to falls.
Ain't
I've
that
learned
the
this.
truth?
Yeah, we already know this.
Yeah.
So, who is next?
Miss Stephanie.
Just let it go.
She kept looking over like, "Ooh, my turn, my turn, my turn." At least that's what I was assuming she was saying.
All right. So this one is in Arizona, northern Arizona. It's called the Hotel Monte Vista. And it's actually named by a 12-year-old who won a contest, and it means mountain views.
Nice.
So, this hotel, you know, a lot of celebrities stayed at it, especially John Wayne. He even had his own room because they did a lot of filming westerns and stuff back then. And he reported feeling haunted. So,
John Wayne was scared of it?
mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, when the Duke gets scared, you know there's some shit going down.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so this hotel has a lot of history itself, but the surrounding area. So what happened was, you know, they had the Chinese migrants that were up there. They built a bunch of tunnels underneath the hotel all the way through Northern Arizona University. And in these tunnels, they would use them to escape, you know, racism and harassment and everything. And that's where they had opium dens and people would overdose.
Oh, the good old
And they
Chinese and their opium.
Leave their bodies out in the street, you know, and made it
Ew.
seem like they just passed away somewhere. Prohibition, they would smuggle things through there. But one of the haunts they have is called the meat room or the meat man. And it's a guy, it was an immigrant who used to hang meat from the chandeliers of the room. And one day they had a horrible, horrible smell. You know, raw meat doesn't smell good to begin with. Heat, everything. Didn't have AC back then. They went in and he was dead. And they presumed he'd been dead for about 3 or 4 days.
Oh,
So he still had the meat hanging from the room. So right away, a haunting was noticed. So the maintenance people, they had to flip the room around. They had to deep clean it, all this stuff. And the one guy was doing something with the fixture, the chandelier where he hung the meat from. And there was some stuff that he needed to go get. And when he left the room, he locked it. When he came back, the TV was on full blast. Some of his things had been moved. And that room, to this day, they said the TV acts funny, like it goes on and off.
Oh, no.
That's just
So I'm assuming, since you said it goes through, the tunnels go through Northern Arizona University, that it's in Flagstaff.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought I said that. Oops.
we just said northern.
Shit.
You just said Northern Arizona.
I was
but
excited, yeah. And the
We
cool
went
thing
to
is I
Flagstaff.
stayed at this hotel. I stayed at this hotel purposely. And what's really cool about it is when it was built, the Monte Vista had a huge neon sign at the very top. And when there was trouble, when there was riots or something, they had an emergency switch and it would flash the sign, and that's how authorities knew that they had to head that way, that there was trouble in the street.
So that was their 911 system.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that's one of the hauntings. And another one is, they had the red light district. There was 2 prostitutes that were taken up to room 306. During their visit, the person who rented them for the night threw them out the window. So, and this happened in the 1940s. So people, especially men, who stay in that room have reported feeling smothered, feeling choked while they're sleeping.
Oh,
They wake
no.
up to the sensation that they're getting choked, that they're being watched.
Nope. 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 Nope.
And then the one that John Wayne was actually afraid of and that he experienced, he wasn't afraid of it. It's just that it happened frequently, but it was a bellboy. They would knock on the door, open the door, there'd be a bellboy, ask if he wanted service. When he turned around, bellboy was gone. He asked about him. Someone of that description did not meet any of their staff.
Wow. Yeah. Nope. I'd be out. I would be out.
And then the basement, the basements of a lot of these hotels lead to the tunnels. And so I guess people that go in the basement to get stuff have reported a crying baby. They have no explanation, no story behind where this crying baby comes, but staff, people who've gone there, maintenance workers have all reported a crying baby. And it like escalates. The crying escalates and they run away because they're scared because they don't know where it's coming from. They said it's coming from the wall.
Oh, no. Nope. I'd be out the door, too. Hear a baby crying from the wall? Nope. I'm gone.
When I stayed there, nothing really happened. The room I stayed in was above the bar. And so, of course, it was loud until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but that was just normal drums.
So I didn't hear anything. I didn't experience anything. I did walk around. I got to see like the movie star floor where a lot of the movie stars stayed. I saw John Wayne's room. I have pictures and stuff.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. It was a nice place to stay.
No apparitions in the pictures?
No, and I tried taking different ones. And I went out at like midnight, I think, and did it when it was a little bit more calm on the floors.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. So,
Oh, looks like my turn, huh? All right, so the one I'm doing, it's from my neck of the woods, from where I grew up, where it came from. It's called the Hawthorne Hotel in Salem, Massachusetts. Now, everybody already knows Salem is rich in witch and ghost history.
Rich and witch.
That's the reason why I put the ghost in between
Yeah.
there, so I didn't rhyme that. Cute.
Rich and witch.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sorority party in Salem.
Well, the Hawthorne Hotel is named after the author, Nathaniel Hawthorne, who was actually born not far from where the hotel resides.
wait a minute. The hotel lives?
You know what I meant? Where it was built. Of course, before
They do say the walls come to life.
Yeah.
well, ghost hunters tried to prove that, and they were having some issues with their stuff. Yeah, actually, the Hawthorne was featured on TV a few times. There was an episode of the 1970s series Bewitched that actually filmed in the Hawthorns during the episode was about Salem, and they were in an elevator. It was the Hawthorne. Ghost hunters in 2007 did go there to try and see what's going on because a lot of people believe that it is haunted. They couldn't really find anything too supernatural. They did find some occurrences, but nothing really concrete. But the property it's on. Now, originally people thought it was an apple orchard belonging to a renowned witch, Bridget Bishop. Not her. I was doing my research and can't quite remember if they proved that or not. But the area it was on, it originally was called the Franklin Building. They had a little building there, and it caught fire. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Now, that was the Franklin Building. And the third time, as they say, is the charm, and it brought the building down. Now, that was owned by the Marine Society of Salem during its rich shipping history. Prior to the Franklin Building, though, there was another building there that had also caught fire 3 times. It was razed to the ground on the 3rd time. The Hawthorne, when it was setting up for a Halloween ball in the... didn't really say when it was. Yeah, it didn't really say when. Oh, in 1997. There was a small fire in the basement. Now, they were able to put it out quick enough, and it was very limited damage, and nobody got hurt. But there was nothing normal that would have caused the fire, because there was nobody down there. There was no leaks and anything flammable down there. I mean, yeah, the gas piping's down there, and so was in the boilers, but it was all contained. There was really nothing that could have actually... No one could have started the fire. No, mortal could have started the fire, I should say. So it was because of that, though, that the Hawthorne reached out to the series Ghost Hunters. And they came in, they looked around. They said they couldn't really find anything too concrete, but there was a lot of supernatural presence. Nothing that they could really, pinpoint. It was a lot of scattered. I mean, they kind of attributed, it's Salem. You're going to find a lot of this everywhere in this town. But, they're still asking, well, 2 buildings prior to us had fires 3 times and they burned to the ground. And we just had one little fire. They haven't had one since. Thank God. Knock on wood. But, yeah, so, of course, it's right there in downtown Salem. It is right near the Commons, where a lot of all the Salem witch stuff happened. So naturally, that's one of the reasons why, like I said, ghost hunters, they couldn't pinpoint anything, but a lot of people who visit them do feel like there's other presences there. Let's see, I just had something. Oh yeah, the top floor of the hotel is actually owned by the Salem Marine Society. It was one of their deals to actually build a hotel because the residents wanted a hotel, and they wanted on this now vacant lot because Franklin Building burned down. And the society still owned the building and the land, I should say, and that was their headquarters. So they made a deal here with the town. We'll let you build a hotel, top floor, and a floor or 2 after that is our headquarters. That's where our offices and everything would be. Town said no problem, so it is there, and they have noticed that. Because they built their headquarters to look just like an old ship. Because they used to send ships out to East India from Salem. So the whole headquarters looks like an old ship on the inside, like the cabin of a ship. And they have noticed that they'll be inside, the AC will be on, but now like on a very low and whatnot. And there's really no vents pointed at the helm, because that's a full helm. And they'll be sitting there working, they'll look over and they'll notice the helm will start turning. No one around it, but the helm will start turning just like as if a captain is steering his ship. So they've seen that. Some guests have noticed that, they felt a presence in their room that when it's supposed to be empty. A couple of them have been touched and tugged on their clothes. A lot of the typical stuff that, you know, people would say, oh, it's a haunted hotel, this is what's going to happen to you. And of course, like I said, when ghost hunters went there and they tried to debunk it, but they found enough evidence to say, yeah, there's something going on. We're not 100% certain what, because you're in Salem. There's always something going on here. But I never actually went into the Hawthorne, but last time I went to Salem, though, I did go by Salem because, you know, that's the downtown area. That's where all the hub of everything is. So, you know, all the, like the Seven Gables, the Paul Revere House. Or, no, wait, Paul Revere House, was that? No, that's Boston. No, that's Salem. Wait.
He doesn't even know his own state.
It's been
I did go to
over
the
20 years since I went there last. Okay?
Same.
It's been a while. I can't remember all the different ones in there. There's some other thing. I know the House of Seven Gables is in Salem. They do still have the preserved dungeon areas or prison cells in a lot of the houses and whatnot. Yeah, they actually had used, you know, houses they turned into. It wasn't just always a jail. You know, there's a couple of houses where the basements got kind of converted into makeshift dungeons.
Yeah, and when I was there, one of the houses I went into, they had secret stairways, and they were very small. Like, you had to walk sideways. They told us that, to walk sideways up the stairs because there wasn't enough room. So there was
they
kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
The other house you were thinking, though, is the witch house.
Oh, okay.
That's the one. Thank you. That's the one I forgot about.
How do you forget the witch house in Salem?
There's so much in
Rich
Salem.
and
to
There
see.
is, yeah.
You're not going to let that down, are you?
Rich and Witch.
Oh, also, some people have noticed their taps or their faucets will turn on by themselves. Again, it's Mill Salem. Lots of people died in the area. They're not even fully 100% certain as to everything that really went on in most of the buildings in Salem. I mean, there's a lot of history that did get lost. And mostly because Franklinville wasn't the only one that burned down. I mean, Salem did have a few fires and different things. Again, it was always attributed to the witches. The
witches
curse.
were getting their revenge.
Exactly. So a lot of history did get lost when the buildings were destroyed and they were rebuilt, and that's one of the main reasons why Salem has so much paranormal activity.
Yeah.
It's not just all the people that were murdered. Yeah, they were murdered. They were not brought to justice. They were not, cleansed of their souls. No, they were straight murdered.
They were.
I am man enough to admit that, my state murdered a lot of people. Not just in Salem either, too. I mean, we murdered a lot of people in the wars, too. So,
Andrew.
your turn.
I was going to say something really quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Go
you
ahead.
mentioned like the apple orchard and stuff. So when I went there 19 years ago. I went after I graduated high school. And I had cousins that lived like in Boston and other areas. And so I took like a 2-week trip there with my stepmom. And we were just walking around the town of Salem at night. And
Always fun.
we were just, I kept telling her, I smell apples. I feel like getting like an apple crisp. Like I just wanted apples. And our last night in Salem, we decided to do a ghost tour. And where we were walking by, she said, this used to be an orchard, an apple orchard. And that's where I had smelled the apples.
Yeah, Bridget Bishop
So I
did own
thought
an
that
apple
was
orchard.
really interesting. Like,
That's crazy.
because I didn't know that before.
You find out after it. Like, I smell apples.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
there's an orchard there. What?
Or what, yeah. What? What's that?
What's that face for?
Rich and Witch. Sorry. And that one I'm not. That's the new motto now.
Oh, wow. That's a weird name. Oh, one of Bridget Bishop's daughters' name was Christian Bishop.
Why is that a weird name?
Because Christian's usually a boy's name. You know how you use a Christian and a Christina or something like that?
Back in the day,
That was 1600s, yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, my standards. Anyways, we need to move on to our last hotel. Well, probably not last, but Andrew's.
So last hotel ever. No, there's a long list of these, but
I was about to say. Every state has at least
anyone
one.
here a Stephen King fan?
Oh God, he went to Maine.
No, I went to Colorado.
Oh, I'm sorry.
the Estes
All his
Park
books
Hotel.
are in Maine,
Is
so
he from Maine, I think?
The
or
Stanley
I can't
Hotel.
remember.
the Stanley
In
Hotel?
Estes Park.
Yeah, I have a
Yes.
really
the home of the
cool
Shining,
name for it. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
inspiration for the show.
I almost went with that one.
Well, I took it. I took it. This place is insane. Insane. So if anyone,
He's
you
from
know,
Maine.
it's in Colorado, Estes Park.
Talking to your mic, please.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
you're talking to your
looking at one
computer. iPad.
Bad placement, but yeah. So built in Colorado, Estes Park. It was kind of a, what did they call that area? It was kind of like poshy.
Yeah, it's a posh area that
Yeah.
where all the rich folk live.
Yeah. Sorry. Rich and witch. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Let it go. I'm gonna play the Frozen theme in a minute.
Let it
that
go.
Jason,
No, he's gonna sing it for us.
what have
Why
we
not?
said about your singing on the podcast? No.
All right. So obviously, this hotel has gone through its history. By the 70s, it was in grave despair and wasn't well invested. But Stephen King kind of changed that for them.
Brought it back to life.
Yeah. After having a lucid dream in room 217. And he was like the last guest before the end of season. Like, literally, people were leaving. He comes in, hey, can I check in?
Had the whole place to himself.
That's probably creepy in itself, honestly.
Yeah, that big of hotel? Yeah.
That area. Anyways, so 217's got some interesting. So, back when the hotel was only 2 years old, they lost power. So the owner decided, Freeland Stanley decided to put gas lanterns in all the rooms. Because, you know, they lost power.
Okay, I mean, you know, buildings used to run on gas lighting.
Room 217 ended up having a gas leak. The head chambermaid, Elizabeth Wilson, came into the room lit with a candle and it exploded. The room exploded. People report seeing the bathtub flying. She got launched into the dining area. She survived. She was in a coma. But then
Oh,
she came back to work. Till the 1950.
Damn, that's a tough old woman. Isn't it? So, oh, how are you feeling? I feel great. I'm ready to go back to work.
Flew into another
You sure you don't want to take some more time? Nope, I'm good to go.
Wilson returned to work in 1913 and remained employed by the hotel until 1950.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, definitely.
But her work doesn't stop there.
Oh.
So there's been reports in room 217, like they'll leave the room and like bed unmade, and they come back and the room is like taken care of, their laundry's folded, their bed's made, but like housekeeping didn't go in the room. One couple reported the bed being made while they were still in the room.
Oh no.
Like,
I would have been running out of the room.
yeah. You just see.
Yeah, if I come out of the bathroom and whatnot and I see the sheets
Yeah, that's-
shooting up
that's what
and
I
folding
imagine.
themselves on the bed, I'd be going,
I'm out.
yep. I think I'm going to take the day and just
Yeah.
go explore. I'll come back for my stuff later.
I'll
You
go
do your
rock
thing.
climbing for a while.
Yeah. You do your thing.
Huh,
Come
man,
baby.
invisible housekeeping service. This is interesting. Really wearing an invisible cloak? All right, cool. But for the single fellas out there, if you're not married, there's reports that she gets in bed with you. and
Oh
snuggles up to you.
no. Nope. Nope. No.
Did she do that when people were alive? Or when she was alive? Not before her.
Yeah.
She's known people that weren't alive. There are some more questions that we need to have answers to.
Stanley died 1940 at the age of 91, but he is still seen around the hotel. Along with his wife.
I wonder if the twin girls are seen there. They're from The
There's a
Shining.
report of a ghost of a child with autism roaming the halls in place with guest hair.
Nope. But remember, in The Shining, it was the two twin girls
Yeah, two twins.
that were evil.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Now I'm gonna have to watch that movie again, though. It's almost a spooky season.
It is. I started early.
No, September 1st. It's Halloween time. So yes, no, this hotel was a direct result of, its success now is the direct result of Stephen King being inspired to write The Shining based on this hotel.
But it didn't start out as a hotel. It started out as a treatment place for tuberculosis.
Well, that's true, yeah. But this article totally missed that part, but that's true. They went right to the hotel part. They skipped the tuberculosis part. That's nice. No, so this has a lot of history, haunts, mix of housekeepers trying to get with your man, making the room for you, folding your clothes for you when you're not in the room.
Yeah, no, thank
Children
you.
running the hall, playing with people's hair. The owners still around, even though they died in 1940.
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, I heard that, I don't know if it's true, but when they were filming the movie Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey went into that hotel, he checked in, and he didn't stay overnight. He left.
I heard about that's right.
He left. He didn't do it. He couldn't do it.
But do you want to do it?
I would.
I would.
I would have a backup available, of course, if I had to run, but...
I've got one more for today.
Ooh, okay.
It used to be a ship.
Talking to Queen Mary?
The Queen Mary in Long Beach, California.
I've seen it. I
Wait,
didn't get to go
Is that
in.
QE1 or QE2?
QE1.
Ah, number one. Okay. I couldn't
QE2
remember.
is still sailing.
I've seen
Okay.
it, but I didn't get to go in.
It's
I couldn't-
it's a hotel now, but it is moored. It's on the original ship that's moored in Long Beach. So anybody that is taking a cruise can actually see it from the port. And it looks over the Los Angeles River.
Is it still open for guests?
Yes. It doesn't go out into the ocean anymore.
Well, I'm sure it's probably embedded into the ground by now.
Well, I don't know about that, but it did serve as a troop ship and a luxury ocean liner back in the day when cruising first started becoming cruising the ocean, I should say, because some people might take that the wrong way of cruising. I'm surprised Andrew didn't comment on that one. But it supposedly has several hotspots of paranormal activity as well, including the Mauritania Room, the Mayfair Room, and Shaft Alley. I'm not sure what Shaft Alley is on a ship, but that's just...
Shaft Alley?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That would be near the smoke shafts of a cruise ship.
Andrew took that to a different place
where he took
altogether.
that, trust me. I know exactly where he took
Yeah.
it. But I actually did see a documentary thing. They used the Titanic for this, but it was a breakdown of how the cruise ship would be broken down from that era. And yeah, they did have some crew quarters near the smoke shafts and the boilers, and that's where they would reside.
Okay. Well, Shaft Alley was the site of a hideous accident where a crew member was crushed to death under a hatch door.
Well, that's gotta hurt.
You think? And his ghost is said. It's said that his ghost haunts that area now. While the hotel offers several paranormal tours and activities, thrill-seeking guests won't want to miss an opportunity to spend the night in stateroom B340. Past guests have reported unexplainable phenomena such as flickering lights, faucets that turn on and off without being touched, and loud knocking in the middle of the night.
Would you stay in that room,
Nope.
Jason?
Yeah, why not?
Steph? I would.
Am I the only one that's too chicken shit to stay with a ghost?
Well, no, as long as I fall asleep, it doesn't matter what the hell a ghost does. They ain't waking my ass up.
Yeah,
As
that's
you know,
true.
I can sleep just about anywhere. As long as I can conk out, okay. Let the ghost do what he wants. I won't even notice it till the morning. Probably end up pissing off the ghost, too. Come think of it.
Could be.
Maybe I should.
I want this
Maybe I
guy
shouldn't
wake
stay in any haunted hotels. I might end up pissing off the ghost worse.
You wake up on the floor with like the blankets all over you.
Like,
Yeah,
damn,
wait a
You're
minute.
all tied up with sheets and shit. Like, what the f-
And you're saying the ghost could do whatever he wants to you? Wow.
that so came out wrong, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
But y'all know what I meant.
The Stanley Hotel ghost would like that.
Took a little piece of Stanley there.
Just a tip.
Wow.
That's the way you said it.
Jesus. Criminy. Oh.
Can I help if the Stanley Hotel was named after the guy that came up with that invented the Stanley Motor Company? You probably missed that part in your thing, didn't you?
That's right.
Wow. Jason, just wow. Just a tip.
Just a tip. Just a tip from a rich witch.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was built by the co-founder of the Stanley Motor Company.
Yep.
Good God. Jason, Andrew, you both take this way too far sometimes. Wait a minute. I can say the same thing about me and Stephanie sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Because me and
Sometimes it's
Stephanie
Steph and Jay, and we all just take turns and dive into the deep.
Wow! Whoa! Jeez. Okay.
On that note,
Hey, Bo, you said that the hotel was called the Queen Elizabeth?
Yes. No,
Oh,
I'm
Queen
sorry,
Mary.
Queen Mary.
Queen
Queen
Okay,
Mary.
I'm looking at this going, wait a minute. Queen Mary's in Long Beach. Queen Elizabeth is buried under the land, was capsized, wrecked, and buried under the land.
Yeah, it's the Queen
people
Mary.
sleep there.
They might. I don't know. I don't know what that. I haven't gotten that far as to what the hell.
Queen Mary 2 is still afloat and still cruising
Right.
under the Cunard line.
Yeah.
She's probably haunted too.
Oh, wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt it.
They found a haunted cruise ship.
Ooh.
Can't go anywhere. Just
Can't run now, can ya? Are you gonna go for a swim?
Ah. Yeah, the way that the Queen Elizabeth died, the ship, not the one. I don't remember how Queen Elizabeth, the actual woman, died. I think she was killed by her husband, as monarchs do, you know. No, it was bought by Tung Chao Yung, Hong Kong businessman, to turn it into a university, the Seawise. Well, during the refurbishment to do that, a fire broke out aboard under unexplained circumstances. And the vessel had capsized by the water. It was capsized by the water used to fight the fire. Yeah, someone definitely fucked up with the amount of water they used.
Damn.
Like, not a problem. We'll just flood this section. It'll be fine. Why is it tilting? Wait, what's going on here, guys? What's going on?
Well,
And there it went.
they didn't exactly know how to put out ship fires at certain times.
This was in the 70s.
shit. Sorry. I'm like shit.
He's the one that tried to defend them.
That is your phone.
He tried to defend the olden days. It's like, dude, this is the 70s when you were a kid. Oh shit.
Well, cruising was still. Cruise ships were still a newer thing that more people were starting to do in the 70s.
True, and this was a ship that was built way back in the turn of the 20th century.
Right.
So it had a similar style to...
It probably had wood in it still.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I think it also had the bulkhead system that the Titanic had, you know, that would allow it to not sink, that it probably opened up to...
The ballast
systems. In order to flood it to, you know, put out the fire, but more than likely it came across the same, because they were refurbishing it, not everything was working anymore. So I think they ended up flooding the thing, that's what caused it to wreck.
Would you want to go to university on a ship for 9 months?
Fuck it, I'll go a year. I'm sure my stomach will eventually get used to the waves.
Yeah, but then you're going to be drinking too much every day. And
If I
you're not
didn't
gonna...
have a son, yeah, I would go.
I probably would too, actually.
I see.
Because I would do my homework on the deck.
I've
or on the
been seeing
balcony.
that one they've been advertising on YouTube for 9 months. It's a 9-month cruise and stuff.
I haven't seen that one.
And I was like, oh, that would be fun. I can't do it. I was like, maybe I can work on it.
Well, kids are allowed on cruise ships. They have play areas for kids. Granted,
True. Yeah.
but 9 months would be
It'd be
expensive.
expensive and it'd be.
Plus, would you take port of calls and all of that?
Oh.
Or would you be on water most of the time?
According to this, you would have been on water.
The entire time?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it was.
no.
It was training at sea. Yeah, that's why it was called the Sea-Wise University.
Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, that's okay. This thing had issues even before the refurbishment, because our friendly Hong Kong businessman thought it would be a smart idea to take this ship that's been in neglect for years, fire up the boilers, fire up the engines, and sail itself to its new port. He got a retired Commodore and the original chief engineer of that ship as advisors, who told him, dude, tow it. Do not fire up these engines. These boilers are in such bad shape that I think this thing's going to sink halfway through. And if it doesn't sink, it'll become just a floating brick in the water, because those engines will die. No. My crew can handle it. With just the aft boilers and the aft engines. That's the plan. Several weeks was the planned trip. It took them months. Why? Boilers kept breaking down. Engines kept breaking down. Fires kept breaking out. That's the reason why the bench fire actually capsized the bitch.
But this, the Queen Elizabeth is not a haunted ship.
It never got a chance to become one because it sank. I guarantee you. I mean, with its rich history, living through World War II and whatnot, you know, going from cruise liner to a supply ship and other stuff during the wartime, and then back to a cruise liner. Yeah, I guarantee you, she's seen some shit. So I guarantee you, it would. I think that's the reason why I kept catching fires. It was haunted.
It probably was, yeah.
I would not doubt it. I mean, I didn't get to the part where, you know, whether or not it took any, you know, damage during its wartime efforts, but guaranteed it saw some battles probably. It was more likely attacked a few times. So people died, and yeah, they were kind of rebelling about, you know, hey, we need to layer to rest.
Yeah, but 9 months at sea.
Maybe it'll become a ghost ship. You hear about that all the time.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
Navy, Air Force, other boats out there.
True.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, well, after it capsized right near the port, because it became an issue with shipping, they partially dismantled as much as they could in order to clear up, you know, most of the things, and then they just buried it underneath land reclamation, where they actually extended out the port. So her remains are now buried under the ground. So she was given a burial, first at sea, then under the land. But yeah. Anytime a cruise ship becomes a supply ship during a war, you know it sees some shit, and guaranteed there's gonna be some spooky. I mean, look at the Queen Elizabeth, or Queen Mary rather. She was a sister ship to the Elizabeth. They were both conscripted into the military for use as supply during World War II.
They weren't drafted. They couldn't fight.
They were conscripted. The crew was conscripted, and the ship went along with them. The ship got it was guilt by association on that one.
Sorry, ship. Looks
But
you're
they
stuck
needed
with us.
ships, and instead of just trying to build one because they knew it was going to take too long, like, well, we can convert this one. It'll work. There was another cruise ship that got converted into a floating hospital.
Oh.
I don't remember the.
There's lots of those.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them. They were converted either they would be supply ships where some of the rooms were gutted, and they would just use my supply closets throughout all of it. A couple times too, what they would do when they were doing that is they would actually put cardboard cutouts in the windows to look like guests.
Oh.
So when the enemy would see the cruise
Yeah.
ship, they would look through and they would see guests in the windows.
That didn't
and go,
matter
"Oh."
to Germany. They would still bomb them.
Yeah, unfortunately, Germany didn't believe it, but the Italians did. They're like, "Oh, cruise ship, leave it alone, move on."
Okay, you're off subject.
No, we're talking
What-
about haunted
Pretty
hotels.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
You just talked about a cruise ship that became a haunted hotel. I don't think I'm too far off the mark on that.
Hospital ships.
The hospital
Supply
ship.
ships.
Yeah,
Ghost
that-
ships now.
But the
Accurate.
fact that they put
I was wondering where he was going with that myself.
Did you just give yourself a headache?
No.
Oh,
No,
he
no.
poked his belly on the table.
No. I just got sharp pain through my back and through my front. Oh. Ooh. I hate when that happens. Yeah, you get that, like, you feel it in the front, then
Yeah.
right directly opposite side, you feel it. Well, why did ambulance go away?
if it was
The AC kicked off.
you scared it. No, that's the
Okay, yeah, well,
This has been a fun episode.
it has been a
It
very
has
fun
been.
It's
episode.
pretty interesting.
And we
I want to go on a cruise.
Cruises are fun.
cruises
Yeah,
are a
I
blast.
loved it. I want to go
I've never
back.
been on a cruise.
Cruises are a blast. I've been on 2.
I've been on one.
Only one for me. but-
Damn, I'm the
I went on
cruise
a
virgin
Christmas
over
cruise. That was fun. Christmas in the Bahamas.
Oh, I would do that.
Nice and warm.
Except for
I would
getting
do that,
poked
yeah.
in the butt by a dolphin.
That was only him.
It wasn't a ghost?
No, it was a dolphin.
But like,
Although I think the bathroom we stopped at after our second outing and then the second day
we ain't discussing
was
that.
definitely haunted by something evil.
We ain't discussing that bathroom, no.
There was some evil laid to rest in that one.
Ugh. But yeah, we could do a 2-parter on this one.
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a few that I've thought of as we've been talking and stuff. Yeah.
To be continued. Thanks for listening to Fear in the Southwest podcast. This is Drew.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Lewis.
Stay spooky, our friends. Let us know what hotels you want us to talk about.
Yes.
Por favor.
Gracias.